Hi there guys. In today's video we're going to be working on the third part of our combat system tutorial series. In this part we're going to add in a dummy AI that will essentially allow us to test if our event or if our apply damage nodes are working, as well as implementing a few minor animation and sound tweaks to make the combat feel a little bit more responsive. Alright, so let's get right into it. To start off, you're going to want to download a free asset from the asset store called the Human Vocalizations Pack. I have this pulled up here in another window. This is on the Fab Marketplace. I'll leave a link down below. This is just the one that I found, and we'll be using this one today just to add in a little bit of sound effect for our attacks. All right, so once you get this one, you're also going to want to pick up a hit animation. Essentially the animation that will play when you take damage. You can do this by going to Mixamo and typing in hit and downloading any of these here on the website. All right, once you do that, you will download it. Make sure you have it download with the skin and at 60 FPS. Download the file and it'll go to your downloads folder as an FBX file. All right, now you're going to want to go to the Epic Games Launcher and add the Human Vocalizations Pack to your project. So you can do this by clicking on it and go to Add to Project. All right, and then the next thing is getting in our FBX file for our head hit. I've already imported this, but I will show you guys how to do this. I'll go ahead and delete these. All right, you're going to drag in the FBX file and import it. And we get a bunch of these files here just because of the character that the animation came with. We don't need these, it's not a big deal. But we're going to keep them until we're done with our conversion. Going to save all. Go to the animation sequence of the hit. Pull it open, make sure it's working. Now that it's working, we know that it is, we're going to right click on this and click Retarget Animations. Retarget Animations is a built-in function with Unreal Engine that essentially allows us to target an animation to a different skeleton. Very, very helpful technology to have access to. Retargeting animations was not fun. So we're going to click on the target skeletal mesh, going to type in Manny, click on head hit animation, and export the animation. All right. Now that we've exported our new animation, we can get rid of all the old things that we don't need anymore, like the parts of the skin. We don't need this. We don't need this. We do need the Manny one, so we'll make sure to keep that one. But all these other ones can all go away. All right, now we're going to right click on this and create an animation montage. We'll have this for later when we implement our dummy. That way they play this animation when they receive damage. Go ahead and save. All right. So next on the agenda is going to be creating the actual enemy AI. To do this, we're going to make a custom folder here. That way we keep everything nice and organized. Enemy, and then right click Blueprint Class Character. We're going to name this Blueprint Character class anything you want. We're just going to name this a dummy AI and save. We can open up this dummy AI and we can assign it a skeletal mesh. That way it actually has a character and it's not just an empty invisible capsule. So over here under mesh, skeletal mesh asset, click on the drop down menu and type in Manny and add in the Manny skeleton. Gonna drag this down, get this fitting nicely, 0, 0, 0. And then we're going to rotate him so that way the blue arrow coming right out of his midsection. All right. Now we can compile and save. And under the anim class, we can use ABP Manny. All right. So let's go ahead and bring him into the world real quick. And let's make sure that it is working. Yes. Now, if we were to just hit him, we're going to see right now that we are not doing any damage to him. It's not doing anything. So what we're going to do is make it so we can track if we're doing damage to him. To do this, we're going to come to the dummy AI go to the event graph, and add in a nice simple node that Unreal has built in for us called event any damage. All right. So essentially, whenever the player is acted upon by the apply damage node, event any damage will play. We can use this little tag here to automatically apply the damage to a health bar or anything like that. We'll be adding in health and stamina in a future tutorial, as I was requested to make a stamina tutorial where I also show you guys how to implement sprinting. So that one will be in a future video, as well as a health system for the player. For now though, we're only going to use this damage function as a way to make sure that our apply damage node is applying the right amount of health. So in order to do that without implementing a health bar system, what we're going to do is drag off of event any damage and type in print string. Now we can grab the damage node and convert it to a string. So now if we were to hit the target, it will print out the damage in the form of a string. But let's test this real quick. If I go to hit the AI, it's still not working. And that's because of something that we added in the last video. If we go to our component section and go to the component melee, we'll see that in order to apply damage to an enemy, it has to have the tag enemy. This is something that we added in the last tutorial. So what we need to do is put this tag on the enemy. So we're going to select the tag, copy it, come to the dummy AI, have the dummy AI selected, type in tag, go to the bottom under actor tags, add element, and click enemy, paste in enemy. Now if we click play, still isn't working. Why is that? Well, that's because we also need to set our collision shape, or not collision shape, our collision presets. To do this, we're going to come into dummy AI. On the right side here, type in collision, and we are going to do a custom collision preset. So what we want, essentially block everything except the camera. And that's because we don't want it so that way when this AI gets to the point that it might be attacking or something else in the future, we don't want it so that it will essentially, if it goes to attack us, sometimes the camera will get clipped and it'll have this really weird effect where the camera zooms in really fast and then zooms back out. We don't want that. So we're going to keep this on ignore. And I believe that's all we need to change in here. Looks about like it. All right, let's see if this is working now. There we go. So in the top left, you'll see it says damage 10. Oop, wrong way. We'll see damaged 10. All right, so 10 is the damage that we applied to the apply damage function. So it is in fact working. We now have damage registration on a target. Very, very simple thing to add in. Like I said, we can expand upon this later when we implement a health bar system to actually update the health bar widget in a very painless way. Very, very easy node to work with, and we'll get a lot more into it in the future videos. For the rest of today's video though, I want to give this combat just a little bit better of a feeling to it. Because right now it's very unresponsive, right? If we click play and we hit the enemy, it doesn't really feel like we're hitting the enemy. So there's a few small things that we can add here that I'm utilizing in my current project, and they're very, very easy to add in, and they can be expanded upon later with a lot more depth. So on event any damage after print string, we want to add in an animation that the target will play when it takes damage. So we can type in play anim montage. Okay, the target is this dummy AI character, and the montage we want it to play is the hit montage. So let's go find that. Okay, head hit animation. There we go. So we have the head hit animation selected, have our play rate here, and we can say, no, that's good. It's good. Let's see if this is working right out of the box. There we go. So as we hit him, he does do a little fallback there. Obviously, we can tune this more later to make it feel a little bit better and not be so glitchy. But for right now, let's also just roll with this. Let's add in a little bit of sound as well. So what we're going to do is come into the human vocalizations pack that we got for free from the Fab Marketplace. And you can make it sound however you want. I think we're going to use male C, if I remember correctly. We can use Qs or WAVs, it doesn't matter. We're going to expand upon this later, make this higher quality, but for right now, this will do well.
Yeah.
So let's find a noise. A lot of options here. A lot of options. Let's do that one. Nice and simple. So, in order to use this one, we're going to use a play sound node. Okay? So, this will just plug right in here, and then we can select the sound asset. You can just drag and drop it in, or you can scroll through the drop-down menu. The location that we're going to be playing this at is the player character, or actually, we're going to play it at the dummy AI. So we can do. Actually, I think we do want to do this at the player character. That way it doesn't sound distorted. So yeah, for right now, we're going to run this off of the player character. So we're going to type in get player character as a node. I'll show that just a little bit less quick. Here you go. Get player character. Return value. Get location. Or sorry, get world location. Helps if I spell it correctly. Get world location, and we can go ahead and plug this in here. And now the sound should play at the location of our character. There we go. So now the sound plays when we hit the target. Now what if we want to add a little bit more polish and have a little bit of noise for when we attack something? Well, we can do this as well. If we want to have like maybe when we punch, we make like a growl, or you know, we holler or something. So we can do this too. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and add this in right around the play animation montage section. Bring all this up actually, just to try and keep this a little bit more organized. Boop, there we go. Elongate this a little bit. Okay, so we can play sounds, 2D, and we can just do, let's see here, let's just type in grunt and see what we like. Sure, that'll work just fine. So go ahead, pick a sound, whatever one you want. We're just going to use this one because we are on the Quinn skin. We're going to use voice female growl. All right, so now when we go to attack, it plays it. But maybe we want to have this growl between each hit, right? So the way that we can do that is by, instead of having this growl sound up here when we play the attack event, we can actually plug that back in. Make sure you plug back the play animation. We can come down here to punch, attack, trace, and we can smack it right here. We'll put it just before the branch. Now it should play every time through. So right now we have a little bit of clash with sounds, but we can always adjust this later as well. So I don't have it on the kick yet. Let's go to the punch real quick. There we go. So now we're playing the sound on each punch. Obviously, this is very bare bones. This is just something that you can kind of mess around with. I really recommend a website called freesound.com. There you can find a lot of different sound effects, and maybe you can find some that you like a little bit more. We can also tune the volume of these sounds as well by using cues, which will be something that we get into in the next video. We're going to go ahead and leave this one here. This was a kind of just a short video, get the base system for the Oh, we can also add in the kick. We'll do that in the next video as well. But in today's video, I just wanted to show you guys how to implement the damage notifying in the top left corner, as well as a little bit of sound effect and animation feedback, just to try and add a little bit more depth to this system. The next video, we will finish cleaning up the little odds and ends here with the kick, as well as start building our health and stamina system for resource tracking. All right, if you guys found this video helpful, please leave it a like and think about possibly subscribing. It would really help me out and I would appreciate it a lot. I really want to thank you guys for all the support on the recent videos. And if you guys have anything that you'd like to see, please leave a comment down below and I will try to make a video on it. Like I said, the stamina and sprinting video was a suggestion in one of my past comments. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a video on that for you guys. So if you have anything else you want to see, please let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.